Okay, I've got to go take and put Little Miss. You don't want to be in the video? I gotta go put her to bed. Actually, first I have to put some clothes on a bear, but she's naked. We're not gonna show everyone. We gotta put a dress on a Barbie, and then we gotta put Lisbon to sleep. You want to say goodnight? So until then, Maya's gonna take over.
Oh yeah.
Maya's gonna start from the bottom and work her way up because I actually haven't taught her how to do
half of these.
Well, no. Some of them. Okay, bye guys.
Hello. We're gonna. Oh, how do you move?
Oh, I gotta maybe smaller. Okay,
yeah.
Now I'm gonna go with the naked Barbie. Okay, and then you can zoom in like that.
Right.
So they can see it. Good luck. Okay, come on, Liv.
So, 80 lessons ago, it says I made $75.72 in 4 weeks. What did I average per week? So we're only gonna find 1 week. So how you would do that is you would do 4 divided by 75. Wait, let me make that smaller so I can actually do work. 4 divided by 75.72. Okay. Let's see if I can do this. So, we can do that once. 4 would be 3. That's 35. Is there a calculator I could use? 1. Okay. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 36. So we have to do that 6, which is 24. And that would be 11. 4, 8. I don't know. It would be easier if I just had a calculator. Really? Alright, whatever. 11. 4, 8. So that's 2. That's 8. Subtract 8. 9, 10, 11. Wait, 8, 9, 10, 11. So the 3. Bring down the 7. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 32. Let me just use my mom's phone. Be quicker. So then I know what to do. 1 second. Divide by 72. Whoa. 0.72 times 5 equals. Oh, I'm way off. Let's go back. Let's just come back to that one. What is the distance between 4 through -3 and 44? So this is the X and Y. Hopefully I know this. So let me make that bigger so you can actually see. We're doing so bad. Sorry, guys. Okay, there we go. Pretty much. Oh, yeah. This one, by the way, was... Let me show you. This one was 18.93. Now, back to this one. My bad. So, this is a 4 and 4, so that would be, like, about right there. And that one is 4, -3. You don't have to do that. I forgot. What is 4? That's 1. What's the distance between? No. Actually, I have no idea. No, I'm correct. What's 4 subtract 4 is 0. It's 1, I'm guessing. I'll have my mom check. 40 lessons ago, a baseball pitcher won 80% of his pitched. If he pitched 35 ball games, how many games did he win? So first of all, I see 80%, so I'm going to put that 80 over a 1. And then, I think I'm supposed to put the 35 right there. Yeah. So, how many times? Let me see if 8 can go into. I'm using my mom's phone. 1 second. Can 8 divide by, well, clear. 35 divided by 8 equals. Can't go in evenly. I'll have my mom do that. I'll have my mom do these two. That's the best thing. Having your mom as your teacher. 20 lessons ago, solve for R. Okay. That was 30 lessons. Oh wait, you couldn't even see my work. Let's move me up here so you can see my work. So, I don't know how to do that one. Let's have my mom do that. Let's go to one that I actually remember. 10 lessons ago, find the area of 20 and 30. That's easy. Don't you just do this? Well, if my mom wanted me to do it, it would be A equals 30 times 20, I think. So 0, 0, da, 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 then 0, and then 6, add a 0.
How you doing?
Bad.
How come?
I don't know how to divide this, which I should.
Yeah, that's perfect.
This one, I'm guessing it's 1.
It's only 1 away?
Well, don't you go like this and that?
Yeah, but there's not one space between -3 and +4.
It's 2.
Okay,
I don't know.
just from 4, or that's -3 to 0, wouldn't that be 3?
Yeah.
And then from 0 all the way up to
It's
4,
4?
wouldn't that be 4? What are those together?
Oh, 8. I mean 7. My bad. 7.
7. I think that's what you meant to, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
And I need you to check these two, and I need to do this one, and I'm doing this one right now,
Okay.
which is 60.
Wait,
600.
But that's a triangle.
Oh, you need 600.
No.
My bad.
Oh no, my own daughter. What's the formula for a triangle?
A equals half
Oh, there we go.
A. Wait.
Base
times height. So then you divide that by 2, and that would be 300.
Good. What's your label?
300 C. Wait, let me change color so they can see.
I can draw a little smaller too.
300 cm2.
In white space, girl. Oh my gosh. All right.
I'm not going to be a teacher.
Do you want to stay here and see how I do these?
No, because I'm never going to do this.
Yes, you are. You got to do it at the end of the year. And in 7th grade and 8th grade.
But I'm not going to be a teacher.
You still have to do it.
Yeah.
All right. So this one was correct. Bye. She says bye. This is $18.93. Let's hurry and check her work. 75.72 divided by 4. Oh, good job, Maya. And then this one, you got to think 4 all the way to -3 is actually 7 steps, isn't it? Okay, so she set this up, percent over 100, awesome. If he pitched 35 games, the only mistake she has here is that 35 is not the part that she won. 35 is the all of the games that the baseball pitcher pitched, right? We're looking for the part that he won. So that's why that 35 needs to go on the bottom, okay? And if we wanted, we could go 80% into a decimal and then times. Or we can simplify this even more and get 4/5 and then find that relationship there and get 28. So if he pitched 35 games, would it make sense that he won 28 of them? Yeah, it would. All right, what do we got going here? So if this is times r, what's the opposite of times? Divide. So we're dividing by 3/4. That's what she meant by doing that, correct? So how do we divide fractions? We keep, we change, and then we flip those. Now it's 4/3. And then when we multiply, we just multiply straight across. But if we choose to cross simplify, that makes our life a little bit easier. 12 times 4 is 48 equals r. Now we could check this by 3/4 being 0.75, because that's what 3/4 is a decimal. You still have that memorized, right? Timesing that by 48, and that gave us the 36. Okay. All right. We did the triangle, 1/2 base times height. And now let's go on to this, which is write an equation and then circle the dependent variable. Okay, apples are on sale for $3.25 a pound, or per pound, or for each pound, right? So that's going to be times the pounds. Sheila buys P pounds of apples for a total cost of C dollars. So it's going to be $3.25 per pound, or for each pound. And that's going to give us our C total cost. And we know that C, the total cost, is always the dependent variable. Okay, let's go back to 5 lessons ago. Write the formulas. This is a good thing to do. Triangles, 1/2 base times height. Parallelogram, if it's just a parallelogram, we just need to go base times height. Trapezoid is that 1/2 base plus base times height. It's good to do that, right? Keep those fresh in our mind. 4 lessons ago, we have 3 vertices of a parallelogram, and PQRS is parallelogram, but we only have P and Q, and it looks like our R and S got it out of the way. Oops. Okay, so let's see if I can figure it out here. I know, lots of pages. Okay, what was this, 93? Yeah, let's move you. Guess what, buddy? You need to move so that we know what you are. Okay, so Q is 3, -3. So over 3, down 3, that's Q. P is over 4, up 2. And then R is -3, -3. Which would be -3, -3 is R. Okay, we need it to be a parallelogram. Q, P, Q, R. In order to be a parallelogram, these need to be parallel. So, let's make them parallel. That's parallel with that. Now we need this parallel with this. I'm going to put it right here, but then I'm going to do a couple more things to check it. First thing I'm going to check is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're both 6 units away. The other thing is I go over 1 and straight up, over 1, straight up. So that kind of is how I can know that they are parallelograms and parallel with each other. So S ends up being at -2, +2. Okay. Name this 3D figure. This comes to a point, so we've got ourselves a pyramid. And then what is that base right there on the other side of the point? It looks like it's probably a square. So the net will be a square. And then because it's a pyramid, it has all these lateral faces that are triangles. That is the net for a square pyramid. Ooh, surface area. Okay, so remember we got the front and the back. So I'm going to start with the front, which is 8 times 6, it's 48. But there's two of them, the front and the back. So it's going to be 96. Then I've got my two sides. So there's a side, there's my other side. And this side is labeled, so I got 8 and 13, which don't quite have memorized yet. 104. But there's two of them, so it's going to end up being 208. And then I've got my top and my bottom. And that's 6. And what's labeled? Oh, 13. Which is 78. But there's two of them. So I get 156. Last thing I'm going to do is add them all up. So 56 plus 208 plus 96 equals 460 centimeters squared. Awesome. All right, what if we have a triangular prism? So instead of just doing base times height on all of these, I need to make sure that I go 1/2 base times height for the two bases, huh? So 1/2, and it looks like I have 6, an 8, and a 10 that I could use. Remember, we're going to look for the little 90-degree sign right there. That's going to give us our height and our base. So we're going to go 6 times 8, and that's going to give me 24. There's two of them, right? The front's 24, the back's 24, so that's going to be 48. Okay, so now I have the three triangles, or the three rectangles wrapped around it. I'm going to start with this big front one right here. That one looks like 10 right there, 16 right there. 10 times 60 is 160. Then I've got this back piece right here, and it looks like that's 6, and that long piece is that 16 again. 6 times 16 is 96. And then finally, I've got this bottom triangle, which is labeled 8 and 16. Eight times 16 is 128. You'll notice that all of these use 16. And the reason for that is when we do a triangular prism net, we have all of these rectangles right here have the exact same length. So that's why it's 16, 16, 16. Okay. All right, let's add all that together with the 48. So there's 4 things I'm adding together. The bases were 48, and then the 3 sides make it 432 centimeters squared. I am excited to see if I made any mistakes. Hopefully we found all of my mistakes. Hopefully we'll, with your help, find my mistakes until we've got it all right. See you in the next lesson.